Hey there guys, thanks for joining us on another board game night. Tonight we're going to do a review of Ominoes. This is from Yay Games and designed by Andrew Harmon. It's an abstract strategy dice game, and today with me to help me with this review is Molo.
Yay.
Michael.
Hi there.
Carla. Hello. And myself, Jason. Alright, so I'm going to give you a quick overview of the rules, and then once we finish with that, we're going to go into gameplay, and you can see how we play this game. And then once we're done with that, we'll come back with our verdict, and we'll tell you what we thought, who won, etc., etc. So first thing you need to know is, in a 4-player game, the first person to reach 13 points will win. In a 2-player game, it's 21. What we're going to do is we're going to seed the board with some dice. So the dice is the whole game here. So there's 6 symbols on the dice. Each one of us is playing a faction color. So for example, I'm green, which is the hawk. Carla is yellow, she's the sun. Michael is red, he's the snake, and Molo is blue. You can only see him. Well, very, very kind of you, Michael. Those are the 6 dice faces. The 4 colors is the ones we score. So I can only score on green, Carla can score only on yellow, and so on and so on.
I am red.
I'll come back to those 2 in a minute. The way you score is you have to basically get a combination of dice stacked up next to each other orthogonally. Say, for example, like this. In this situation, I've got a couple of wilds there with it. You need a minimum of 4. Once you've got a minimum of 4, you can score them. So, for example, in this situation, let's ignore the wilds for a second. I could take that off and score 4 points. But with the wilds, I can do a whole combination. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That would be a 6, and I would move up 6 points on the track. Like I said, first person to 13 is the winner. What you're going to do on your turn, once we've seeded the board, on your turn, you roll the die, and then you do the action. So in this case, I would have to move, if there was a hawk on the board, I would have to move a hawk token dice 3 spaces. So I could go 1, 2, 3, and then I can place this one anywhere on the board. Obviously, I'm green, so I want to place it close by. But if, for example, there was a blue one over there and I rolled a blue, I could move the blue up there and then place the blue down here, far away from each other. So that's one of the things you can do.
Yeah, I think it's important to note that when you move the dice, you have to move it 3 spaces, and you can't go back on any spaces. You can't go 1, 2, 3. You can't go on any space more than once, as it were.
Can't go through any other Ominoes.
It has to move 3.
And you can't go diagonally. The wilds, on the other hand, these bring a little change to the game. So the Ominoes one, he allows you to re-roll any dice on the board and then put it back in the same space. So, for example, there, Michael's rolled a snake, so that has to go back. And then this can go back anywhere on the board. So, for example, that makes it easier for me to score that one. This one allows you to move any dice 3 spaces. So, for example, I could go 1, 2, 3, and then add this over there. Now I have the opportunity to score that if I want to, or I can push my luck and keep it there for a little longer to try and get 5 or 6 points. But of course, that gives everyone else an opportunity to mess with me.
Yeah, because say if I rolled the little walking man, I could take your bird out the middle here and go 1, 2, 3, and then I've completely cocked up your 4. If you get another one, you're not scoring any there.
Exactly that. And that is pretty much it. So you'll see through the gameplay, it's literally take a dice, roll it, maneuver the dice on the board, try and score points. First one to 13 is the winner. Let's get started. Alright, so this is the gameplay section. We haven't started yet. All we've done so far is seeded the board. Michael's the first player. Stick your hand in front of the camera, Michael.
Hello, it's me, this is my hand.
So we've seeded, as you can see, each one places 2 of your own colour down. So, for example, I've placed my 2 birds there.
Mine over here.
And then we've done a random one each. I rolled the walking man. No reason why not to put it over there. Molo's rolled another scarab, which is pretty interesting. Carla has got the 2 suns.
And then she unfortunately rolled a green, so
yeah,
us 3 have got a slightly advantageous start because we've all got 3 next to each other.
Alright, so to begin with, Michael's going to take one of the die. Roll it.
One of these bad boys. We have a walking man, so I can walk somebody's token elsewhere and place this down. So I think I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, get that out of the way.
In case you know, you can move any dice, not your own colour or anything.
I'm going to go there.
Are you going to score the 4?
No.
Oh.
So one important thing to note is we're trying to get to 13, and you can score when you get 4. But if you score 3 sets of 4, you'll only get to 12. So you need to at least once score more than 4
yeah.
if you want to do it in 3 completions.
Really well designed that bit there. Okay, Carla. She's rolled.
Red snake, an excellent choice to roll.
So this is it's good for her or for us because she'll get to mess you up.
Especially good for me if she could put it here.
No, well she's got to move a snake 3 spaces first.
I am going to.
Yeah, move it away.
Come back, my snaky friend.
We do slither.
I may regret not scoring that.
Right, my turn. I'm going to roll the die. I've got a bird.
Ooh.
I love it. Right, so
I move that guy away.
I'm going to move this one. 1, 2, 3. Move that a little closer. And then I'm going to put this one over there. So
just to clarify, you can't move wild dice, can you, with the...
with your own colour. No.
When you roll the move a colour, you can't move a wild dice.
No,
you
it
have
has to be
move
your
a
colour.
dice of that colour.
Right, Molo, what you got?
Okay, I have acquired a
Ooh,
son.
a son. Well, congratulations, mate.
Yeah, or commiserations.
Well, the fact that he's acquired it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, blocked. That's why I moved my...
Being mean.
Excellent.
Just show what you rolled.
I have rolled a re-roll, so I'm going to re-roll this one.
Annoying.
That's a cock dice. Ooh, so that is down there as a wild. I'm then going to plug in my wild here and score 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that goes off the board.
Holy cow.
And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Hey, you notice he only had 1 or 2 of his own symbols and the rest were wilds. That's totally fine. The only thing you can't do is score wilds on its own. So if you had 6 wilds, that would do nothing. But that very rarely is
That's pretty good. I've taken out half the board there.
Yeah. Go on in, Carla. So she's rolled another snake.
Apparently, I like to.
Now, you always have to move 3 spaces. So if there's a
You
situation...
need to move one of the snakes first as well.
If there's a situation where, for example, there is no snake on the
Jason.
board, or the snake couldn't move 3, then you only do it.
Yep.
So I'm going to roll that there. A refresh. I'm definitely re-rolling
Yeah, I
this.
thought you might.
So I'm going to take that off. I'm going to roll that there. Oh, for God's sakes!
Yeah, I love it when a snake's in the board.
I'm going to go this side. All right.
Okay. That's a roll on cowboy.
You got a snake.
Oh, this is
the
looking
snakes
good.
today.
Right, well, I can
Gotta move one.
a snake.
Yeah, so get it out of your zone.
Oh, you should have blocked him in there, man. So you can never use that snake ever.
Nope.
Don't put it like near the wild.
I'm not putting it in wild, don't panic.
If I roll a snake, I can score
Well,
here.
I don't want to be funny, but at this point, everything is a little bit close to.
Oh, he's rolled a snake.
So I've rolled a snake, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. Plonk this bad boy in there. Ah! Another 4.
I think this is.
You guys playing?
Go on, Carla. Let's all gang up on him.
Oh,
Refresh.
Reroll.
Reroll that snake, Carla, up there by your yellows.
yeah.
That was the obvious choice.
She has rolled a
problem-
wild.
The problem with scoring it, you do take all your stuff off the board, which makes it a lot harder to score
Yeah.
things.
Right, mine. I've got a sun.
Here it comes.
I've actually got 2.
Here comes the
1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to put this one. I'm going to make it hard for my over there.
Cockney revel. Gotta throw a little bit of music in. The viewers appreciate that. Let us know if you appreciate that.
Oh, that's nice.
That'll do, yeah?
Oh, I can
You're going to move one first, which could be problematic because you have to move 1 3 spaces. I think you're okay, yeah.
2, 3.
Sometimes you can't get it back into position.
I will cash in early this time round.
Okie dokie.
It's just so you can claim second.
Yeah.
Always play for position.
So I keep telling Carla.
I have a son. So I'm going 1, 2, 3, getting that one out of the way a bit. And
Carla's all over
Carla
the
is
board.
all over the board. So this one I'm going to go down here and annoy Jason.
Generally, that means that I've not done anything.
No, neither have I. Oh, she's rolled
okay,
the
you should be able to
sun.
get
Okay.
something with it. Well, I say that.
No.
You can definitely get a 4 with those.
Oh, I can
'Cause
see
Either of those can move back in.
I can see a 4 with just yellows as well. Wait, I'm not supposed to say things like that.
Yeah, but it's whether
Yeah,
or
yeah,
not
so
I
can I.
want to do that.
Removing the wild, you're obviously taking off
Other
dice
people
when
scoring,
you use
yeah.
it.
But you're also,
Yeah.
she's quite near to the wilds and might
Yeah.
be able to take a second advantage of it later on.
Okay, I think I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3. Where was I there?
One more you can move.
Yeah, one more. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm off centre here.
Yeah.
I'll do that, and I'm gonna score them because it's wilds, and
Yeah,
I
I
don't
think
want to leave
taking off
them.
the wilds. Has everyone scored? I think everyone's scored now, haven't they?
No, I haven't.
Oh,
It's,
you're not, Jace.
I get to move one.
Oh, I think I know who's moving.
That is not an easy one.
Well, I could move this yellow out the way and stick my green in
yeah,
there
of
Yeah,
course,
that's
and,
right.
so-
and score the 4, but I don't really want to do that, so I'm trying to see if I can maneuver it.
I think you're being. I think you're trying to be too tactical at this point.
I am, yeah.
I don't think the board's
One,
full enough to
two,
be particularly
three.
tactical.
I'm going to move that out the way.
I keep on thinking we can go through the blue. One of the variants of the game is you can't move through the blue, but we're not playing that today.
And I'm not going to score, obviously, because I've not set it up that I can.
Okay. A blue.
Oh.
Right, so there's no blues on the board, so you just add it straight to the board. Oh, you son of a...
You're the only one with stuff, mate. A blue.
Oh, well, you have to move it away now.
A blue.
Well, you can put the other one back in
1,
its place.
2, 3. No, it's too close.
Yeah. Nice try, Marlo.
1, 2, 3. I think we'll go, and then this one can go in this corner over here.
Oh, you meanie.
Colour?
Yeah, snake up.
Cans.
You have to move the other one.
Oh yeah, keep forgetting that.
No, towards the Jason.
Right, mine. I'm going to
Oh,
scarab.
lovely.
Let's go 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to put that one over there.
Coolio.
Can we do some more snake spin roll, please?
So I
You can move anything
Ooh.
3.
anything 3.
Good way of bringing our stuff together.
Yeah.
Or taking someone else's away.
Yeah, like walking this dice of yours out of the way wouldn't be very
Do you know,
good for you.
weirdly enough, I had something like that in mind. Yeah, let's do that. That seems like a needlessly dickish thing to do that won't help.
All right.
Oh dear.
You've also walled the Yay Walkie Man.
Yeah, yay, walkie man. I'm going to yay, walkie man.
Oh, SpaghettiOs.
Carla's rolled the Yay Walkie Man.
Man of the
Oh
walking.
no. She's cocked that up.
I think I'm going, but I have to move 3. Oh, so I could do 1, 2, 3. And
That's a nice score.
Yeah, she's taken off both my wilds. I've just
Yeah.
positioned as well.
could you move me?
Oh, Carla's up to 8.
Right, I have rolled a
Oh, lovely.
friggin' scarab again.
They're great.
They're spread throughout the board.
1, 2, 3.
I wonder which corner he's going in.
I can't believe I've not scored yet. What have you rolled?
Re-roll them.
Ooh, they're a good one.
Let's see now. I will
Re-roll that wild next to your blue one.
Yeah, that'd be good.
re-roll this.
Yeah. I thought you were doing.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
walking
worked.
man. Okay. Bonk.
Not now, we're playing the game.
Michael has rolled a scarab.
Not another
Wow.
damn scarab.
Moving away from those wilds,
you
next to a different wild. Go put it next to the wilds as well. Oh no. I've actually, once in a while, placed it, like, for example, placed it there to try and tempt them to take it on their turn.
I'm just not getting
What
enough
did you roll,
snakes
Carl?
here.
The bird. Oh, God. Jeez, you guys are mean. Alright, let's see. What did I get? I got a refresh.
Refresh, Could Jason get on the board here? We could with a lucky roll.
I'm going to... Interesting. I don't really... it's like... Because I got 2 birds down here, I'm almost tempted to re-roll something down here.
Yeah, I thought you might re-roll this one.
But there is some wilds up at the top there, so I'm tempted to try and You know what? I'm going to do this one. That's quite far away though. No, I'm going to do this one.
Okay, give him a re-roll.
And I got another wild.
Oh, nice. That'll be quite handy on my turn, thank you.
And then I'm going to add my refresh wild. No, that's dumb.
That's just stupid.
Yeah. I'm
Got to
gonna
put it next to your stuff, surely.
I'm gonna go there.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Well, rolled a scarab.
That is lucky.
Oh, should I cash in the 4 straight away? I've got a lot of scarabs on the board. I might as well get the 8.
You got to move one first. Oh.
Oh, right, I've got to move one. Oh, okay then.
Yeah.
Good idea.
5 points.
Oh, yeah.
Molo's moved into winning position if he needs to. I really need to roll a snake here. If I roll a snake, I think I win. Oh, that was so
Sun.
nearly a snake. I think we shall sun up down here.
You got to move a sun first.
Oh yeah, I've got to move a sun. That one there, and then this sun can go in the corner. Carla's in a winning position as well.
Carla's rolled a bird.
Birdie.
Bird.
She's the only
There's
one
a
that's
bird.
rolled birds to
So
this game.
move your bird first. These are really dangerous. You can't let anyone get close to those.
Except me, because I'm
Yeah,
not
you can let
scored yet.
Jason get close to them, 'cause who cares what he's doing?
Thing is, he's all over the place. There's no way I can go.
Yeah.
I
Stop
scarab
rolling scarab.
again.
Roll some snakes, people.
I'm fine with it.
1, 2, 3,
That seems a little mean.
and this one will go in
Yeah.
right there.
Goodness.
Go on then, Molo.
All right.
A walkie man.
Okay, that's interesting.
Oh.
Why did you do that?
Yeah, be quiet.
What is wrong with you?
Shut up.
Oh, right, of course.
Idiot.
2, 3. Put that there.
Yeah.
There you go. I will cash that in for 4.
I've been waiting to roll a snake or anything to move this one sideways and score those for about 4 turns. And you win.
There we go.
Yay!
And that took 15 minutes.
Yep. Good game, interesting.
Well, 2 different ones that I could see.
Yeah.
And just to point out, it says 15 minutes on the box.
Yeah.
And that filled 15 minutes. All right, so we're going to just cut here, and then we'll come back with our verdict. All right, welcome to the verdict. Obviously, you just saw us play through the game. That was a full game, obviously. I did superbly well, coming in last with no friggin' score whatsoever. But no, that was it. So let's talk. We'll start with Molo, the winner. Don't often get to say that. So
Hey now.
this was also Molo's first play of this. So
Yeah.
you're going to get a first impression here from Molo as well as his verdict. So go for it, Molo. What did you think?
I really, really quite liked it. Initially, it made me think it was going to be a game name I can't remember. But what
Good. I'm glad you brought that up.
what it ultimately reminded me of was, weirdly enough, things like Baron Park and Indian Summer and things like that. The sort of the shape games, because that's what it came down to, is recognising the shape. The way you were gathering them was more abstract, but that was all it was. You were looking for the L's and such. Yeah, I thought that was pretty good and very quick for what it was. There was a little game there for 15 minutes, certainly.
What would you rate it out of 10?
I think that sits on a nice comfortable 7 at the very least.
What would you... well, I'll start that again.
Use your words.
He took a picture of this just to show some of his gamer friends off the camera, which was interesting because obviously your friends that you wanted to show this to is not really gamers as such.
No, the sort of people I've tried to. So I like a range of random stuff that I show up. But yes, anything that's sort of got, I don't know, not exactly models, but sort of a raised thing to it. So there's
some
topography for
it
some
really
reason.
helps having kind of like
A
dice
visual-
are very tactile, visual thing. So it helps having those for certain people.
Certainly.
All right, Mike, what did you think?
It's useless for names of Jason. I really liked it. Second time I played it 2-player and 4-player now, and both times it's been super quick, and I really liked it. I like the die rolling mechanic. I'm very much into shapes and maths. I really like visually kind of like recognising puzzles and seeing how stuff moves around. So it really appeals to me, and the fact it's so quick, it's reasonably tactically in depth, but obviously you can't go that tactically in depth. There's not
it's a dice game
That was
after
it.
all. Yeah.
But it's really quick. If it went on to 20-25 minutes, I don't think I'd like it as much. But the fact it is really quick with just 4-player and 2-player playing it, it was much more tactical than the 4-player was.
Yeah.
So I think it works really well 2-player. I'd probably give that 7.5. It's hard to gauge really quick games because we play so many games. And
But it's giving a score out of 10 is really hard to do because, I mean, this is a 10-15 minute game of just chucking some dice and adding them to the board. Whereas you may comparing this to Twilight Imperium, and you give this a 7.5 and you give Twilight Imperium, say, an 8. It's like they're not even close.
I always like to gauge them. I think time is one of the most important aspects of a game and where it slots in. So I'm comparing this to other games that take 15 minutes. I'm saying that's 7.5 or an 8 even. I really like it.
I would say when you're scoring things anyway, 7 and 8 are not close.
No.
Well, but I mean, you get the point of the two different type of games.
Of course,
Yeah.
I mean, this is a filler game, effectively. It's abstract, and
you sit down and play this when one of your mates is late.
yeah.
I will definitely have a check after this and see if it's on the phone, because it's certainly a little one that you can sort of play on your way to work or something.
Yeah.
Honestly.
How about you, Carla?
I like it. I think I agree with all of the comments above. I've played it a couple of times now myself, and I like puzzles, and I think this fills that kind of puzzle, that tinkering, noticing little patterns and things. It really fills that little bit of gap. The whole 15-minute slot, I think, is brilliant. I'd add to that I think this is actually quite good for children. Developing skills, etc.
Yeah,
I think
both your sons could easily play this.
They have played this,
Absolutely,
yeah.
and they do like it as well. They like the idea of rolling the dice, but also it kind of motivates that kind of motor skill effect and like creative thinking. It forces them to think about what they're doing, and a small child needs to recognise patterns. It's so easy. I think it's very good in terms of a family game, but it's also, I think, a very good game to introduce new people. More often than not, when people sit down and play a board game for the first time, I find that they're always incredibly intimidated by it. It could be the easiest game in the world, but they would be intimidated by the sheer.
Yeah, my wife's not a pure gamer, and the fact that takes 15 minutes, she'd really like that because she can concentrate. The rules are super simple because often if I play games with her, I mean, I play board games. I've played board games continually for the last 30 years. I can easily pick up the rules because they're like a different game.
Absolutely.
So it's good that the rules are really simple and it's really quick. There's no advantage. We're all gamers here, but a gamer doesn't really have much of an advantage playing this over a non-gamer because it's pattern recognition. Everyone can do that.
Exactly.
So it does have that feel of the sort of your classic sort of light sort of abstract games that you used to pick up. You don't really see much of them anymore. You don't see like Stay Alive or anything like that anymore.
They try and stick a lot more in games, which obviously we all love, but for being a really quick game, it's quite nice doing that.
The other benefit of it to being quick is obviously like in this game where I didn't do very well. It only took 15 minutes. We could literally restart it again now, and the outcome could be completely different.
Yeah, but it wouldn't take any more time, I don't think.
No.
And the thing is, with games like that, it is a icebreaker game, I think. You know, when you've got people that are a little stressed about sitting down and playing a game that is intimidating, if you start them off with a game like this, they instantly feel far more comfortable. So I feel like this is a really good icebreaker. Not just a filler game, but an icebreaker for new players. I think it would fit in very nicely into that.
Because it has a very small amount of AP in it, but it's only minor, and it's not complete dicking over of somebody. It's just slightly altering their game plan, which adds a bit of extra tactical depth to it without really ruining someone's game.
And of course, there's not really much downtime either.
No.
And the unpredictability of it means that essentially they might mess your game up a little bit, but then the next person might actually add things to it. So.
Exactly. They add a wild down that you can take advantage of.
You know what is a shame? There's certain games that I carry about with me now that sort of if I'm bored or I'll sort of try and introduce somebody to Star Realm or Hive because they're quite small. You can carry about them. This could be in a much smaller box. You could have this in a little square box. That
They do a travel edition of this, which fits into a tube, and it has
That's perfect.
Roll-up mat.
a roll-up mat and plastic dice.
I'll quickly show the viewers that it comes double-sided. So this is a slightly quicker version you can play because the mat is smaller, tighter, different tactically.
This is predominantly used for the 2-player, and like as Mike mentioned earlier, the center tile could be as an expert variant where you can't actually move dice onto it or leave dice on it, for example.
What did you think, Jace? You haven't said yet.
No, well, you guys have pretty much. I mean, I was going to show this as well. It's like this. I think I'm not an abstract lover of games as such. You know, I like a lot of theme, and I like.
We saw from your score.
But I must admit, I do enjoy this game. It's so quick. It's great for the beginning of a night or intermediate. Like, you know, you just finished a heavy game and you don't want to go straight into another heavy game. You bring this out, play a quick 15, 20 minutes before the food arrives or whatever the case may be. It's great for that. And like Carla said as well, it's also really good for playing with families, just like we've played with our kids. I will say, to think of a negative of it, there's not a lot of negatives, but being an abstract game, there's not a lot of art or theme into it. It's literally just some dice that you're rolling around.
It's almost the perfect art style to take for that, sort of using hieroglyphs and things like that. Simple, basic graphical.
Exactly.
Strangely, I really like the art on the front of the box, though. The giant dice on the sand dunes, I just really like.
Yeah, it's very good. The other thing that I can mention from a negative point of view, being devil's advocate, is that obviously one person feels frustrated at not rolling what they want to, and not, and when people are messing with them, there is that element of frustration. But like we said already, it's 10-15 minutes, and it's not like you're getting completely hosed and have no chance of winning. It just means you're being sort of detrimented a bit.
Yeah. It's hard to get really annoyed at a game that only takes that long.
Yeah. I mean, we played this about a week ago. It was me and the 2 boys and my friend John. And I know Alex was getting a little frustrated because he like me started off with no points, and we were all around the board quite a bit. And but soon enough he started scoring. I think he scored a 6-pointer and another 6-pointer, and then he was into second place already.
So the more you don't score, the bigger the opportunity to score becomes on the board for you.
Interestingly well designed, actually, for such a simple game, because it's the scoring system that, like you mentioned at the beginning, you need to score at least 1 5-pointer or plus, otherwise you'll have to score more than everyone else. And the way the wilds add to it, everyone has an opportunity to score as soon as the wilds go down. It's really good.
I really suffered because I got up to 10 points super quickly, but I'd taken all of my snakes off the board, and then I didn't score again after that.
And we didn't roll many more snakes after that.
I realised I'd made a mistake when I took the first 6 off. I could have left a snake from one end and just taken 5 off, and that would have left an additional snake on, because the 5 or 6 point score didn't matter to me. 5 was equally as good as the 6 in that case.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So,
Tactical.
I just realised me and Carla haven't scored it yet. Carla?
Oh God. I
Well,
don't
this
like
is one.
scoring
This is
games.
one we're going to keep in our collection, isn't it?
It is. I think that's probably. I don't like to give scores because I generally just say everything is an 8 if I like it, and it's like a 4 if I don't. But I think this game is a keeper for exactly that reason. It's a really good icebreaker. I think it's a really good teaching game for children, for young children, and for older ones to get them to think more tactically. It helps with math skills and all sorts of things. Just recognizing patterns and creative thinking. I think all of that helps. So from my perspective, it's a keeper. It's a good family game. It's a good icebreaker.
Yeah. And for me, I think I with these guys, I'd give it a 7. It's in the abstract filler range. It's probably one of my favorite abstracts, as I'm not a massive abstract fan anyway. But yeah, it's really good, really solid. Well done, Andrew. This is definitely a winner. And yeah, go for it.
One quick point. Do you know how much it is? I often think that helps with a game as well.
I think it's £20 to £25.
Yeah.
I think this set is £25, and I think the travel version is £20. I think.
Because, I mean, dice, they add to the price of the game. This
Yeah.
game uses a load of dice, so I think that's a reasonable value for
They're
that.
nice tactile dice as
Yeah.
well. I really like
They're
the
wooden dice. I like wooden dice.
The travel version is plastic dice.
Ah, I'd buy this version then. I'd buy this and fold the board.
Or what you do is you buy both and then make it combination. Anyway, there we go. That's our review of Ominoes, the ancient dice tactics game. If you like it, you can go check it out. Thanks for watching. Do all the cool stuff that everyone else always asks to do. Like
Hit the bell!
Yeah, the like and the subscribes and all that nonsense if you want to see more reviews from us. Thanks a lot, guys.
Bye.
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 Bye.